A beautiful hotel, the Brasov. The owners of the hotel were called Mime, and this is her husband showing Andy a bearskin that he hunted many years ago, and he was very proud of the fact that he had caught this bear. In fact, it was absolutely amazing, to be honest. It was a nice place to stay. I don't know. Huh? Come. Say hello, Carmen.
Hello.
Twitter.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Video.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's a hand, which means protect.
Used to it?
Yeah.
As we walked up the vast steep canyons, the first thing we came across was this wonderful black and yellow salamander, which I nearly stood on, but Andy just spotted it in time. It was an amazing species. We spent much time photographing this, as we couldn't believe we had found it. These canyon living mammals called chamois kept us company most of the time. For the first 3 days it was particularly rainy, but it seemed to add to the enjoyment and the laughs during the trip.
The sun and the rain. Yeah, singing in the rain.
And the next day we drove up in a four-wheel drive because it was so steep to look for the black woodpecker, which is a relatively beautiful species but takes a bit of finding, especially if you don't know where the nest is. The terrain was particularly difficult to climb, and they put special wires in there for people like me with arthritis and things like that. Some instances, Andy just had too many pockets. We eventually got out of the woods and ended up on this fantastic meadows and prairies, which were absolutely mind-blowing, around 2,500 metres above sea level. This wily old fox was pouncing on different rodents in the countryside. And eventually we found our target, the black woodpecker, which was feeding on ants, which was rather like our green woodpecker over in England. We headed back down the mountains. Andy got took short. Turn around. Turn around.
Huh?
Only the good one.
Only the good one. Don't know if you come down, I ain't going to catch you at the bottom.
Fucking ridiculous is this.
Really? Go to the left.
Huh?
You can go off at left. Left it go. There.
Down here?
Yeah, down there. Just hold on to it one hand at a time.
The next 2 evenings we spent watching the brown bears. There were 2 different hides. One was like a big glass hide, what you can see through, and the other one was the more natural hide, where the bears were oblivious to human beings. The bears aren't used to humans. The people in the country try to keep them really wild. They don't want to become habituated to humans. So the food they use is for the boars which live there, but the bears come around and eat the food anyway. And we got lucky. We saw bear cubs and lots of different activities during these sessions. As you can see from the video, the bears were really wet and they were looking to feed, and they rely on the mother for this, and they normally spend 2 to 3 years with the mother, and they become adults and more independent at the age of 6 years old. Watch closely. There's another brown bear watching the other female, ready to do something spectacular, which you will see in a minute. After witnessing that fantastic bear fight, in the morning we headed off to the Danube Delta, where we were going to see lots of other water species, and this was going to last for the next 4 days. We stayed in a place called Carpathian. The guide here was called Marilena, and she was the sister of the bear company's director called Simona. The bird life outside the hotel was spectacular. These were the beautiful bee eaters. There were absolutely loads of cuckoos everywhere. Then we all got ready and went on our first boat trip on the Danube Delta. The first thing we saw was the Dalmatian pelican, which can be distinguished by its scruffier neck and its greyer wings, and that's the only one we saw, I think, on the trip. And to the star of the show, especially in the Danube, was the great white pelicans. They were absolutely amazing, and there were thousands of them, as you will see in a minute. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Wow. I don't think they've got a problem with it. Good God. Lazy at birds. Left, some room right, some flying overs. Fantastic, man. Pelicans often soar in the skies, and there are typically several reasons for this. It's one, to gain height without flapping the wings, and they do like to search for feeding areas while conserving energy. Do you agree? And they join other soaring birds which have already found a thermal, so you might see dozens of these in the distance, and it's a fantastic spectacle. We then had a break with a lovely picnic in the countryside, which was fantastic to relax after this fantastic spectacle we had just witnessed.
What do you think, Andrew? Me? Yeah. Lovely. Alright. What do you think, Marilena? Lovely. What do you think? Good? Good.
Delicious.
Except the cheese.
Except the cheese, because... Yeah. The next morning, we went for another walk around the hotel, and we witnessed this mating ritual of thousands of frogs. One here, Nick, one here. It's not doing it like that. We then set off on the opposite way to the Danube to find some different species.
Smile! Smile! We're all bobbing about now.
First being this amazing great reed warbler.
Good video.
These little alleyways through the reeds led us to different ponds throughout the Danube Delta, with magnificent lily pads covering much of the spaces. taking advantage of the abundance of vegetation with this redneck grebe. And halfway through the trip we transferred transportation to a horse and cart to see some more species in the brackish waters.
That lays bait.
One of my favourite birds of the trip was this magnificent hoopoe. Great white storks communicate by bill clattering because they cannot produce loud calls like normal birds. Unfortunately, the next day it was time to go home. We had a fantastic trip with Simona, Marilena and Remos. Unfortunately, we missed the wall creeper and the Ural owl, so let's go for the future to come back someday. So thank you to everyone who helped us. I hope you look forward to the pictures you are going to see in a minute. Thank you. Bye.
Iubire mare, zâmbetul ce lacrimi calde, amintire care vare. Acasă e tot ce iubesc, inima mea o dăruiesc, dorul arde-n pieptul meu, satul meu e visul meu, acasă e tot ce iubesc. Petrecere cu lăutări, acordeon și voie bună, zâmbet cald printre sustine, viața-n sat e totdeauna. Acasă e tot ce iubesc, inima mea o dăruiesc, dorul arde-n pieptul meu, satul meu e visul meu, acasă e tot ce iubesc. Am plecat cu dor în suflet pe un drum necunoscut, dar satul meu mă strigă ca un cântec din trecut. Acasă e tot ce iubesc, inima mea o mărturisesc, lacrimi cad, dar zâmbesc chiar, mama mă strigă la hotar. Acasă e tot ce iubesc, oh, oh, oh. Casa albă, flori la poartă, fumul iese drept din horn, tata spune o vorbă bună și mi-alină orice dor. Acasă e tot ce iubesc, inima mea o mărturisesc. Lacrimi cad, dar zâmbesc chiar, mama mă strigă la hotar. Acasă e tot ce iubesc. La ora mare, joc cu foc, lăutarii cântă tare. Acordeonul plânge dulce, satur de în sărbătoare. Acasă e tot ce iubesc, inima mea o mărturisesc. Lacrimi cad, dar zâmbesc chiar, mama mă strigă la hotar. Acasă e